look at the way your example, this guy used within his legal parameters. This frame of mind allows for using the way they see those legal parameters as an extension of themselves. This is how morality is used. Principles, political attitudes, attitudes of authority and power, of military, all this, it's like that law is there for them as if they're the holy on high. It's not like that they fit within. It's not like they don't see that law as being derived through a common law system where it's been argued out in courts over 1,000 years. It's where it's been argued back and forth in order to come down to a set of moral standards that are written into human protecting laws in order to caretake individual rights and health, and that they're a person, they're a human among the other humans, and so this set of laws relates to them in that way. That's not how they see it. They see that that law is an extension of their superiority over you. Of course, the reality is not that, but that explains how they use it. So okay, I'm Canadian, so I'm going to say it's coming. The games. I tried to go with Wolves because it's not so Canadian, but go hockey. It's like you're being stick handled right into the penalty box. It's like he's looked up what the boundaries are and is just poking the bear to get you to step across the boundary because you're bringing health to your partner's family, which is going to lead to independence. In this case, independence. The dependence is the pool ball analogy. That he wants them to be subject to his actions, whether they're upset at night, falling asleep, whether his beneficence permits them a night of going to sleep without unrest, without screaming and upset. The frame of mind that you're up against here knows that if there's peace in the situation, that people will move on. So what is caused by annoyance, loss of inner stability, loss of inner peacefully abiding, loss of access to the frontal lobes, loss of cognition, accelerated, adrenalized, manicized, racing thoughts and actions, reactivity. Some of the explanations I've heard people say, it's because they're afraid of being abandoned. All kinds of, I don't give a fuck about that stuff. Uh, you know, um, okay, fine. And in a sense, my empathy for them and I play for that is just another way of getting me to be thinking about them rather than me. I feel sorry for that. Fuck that. It's technical. They're being technical with you. They don't want anybody having independent action. They don't want anybody being that's not derived from them. So you've said you don't want people to say, here's where you went wrong, or here's what you do. So I won't. Because obviously, even if I wanted to, you've told a story, so it's like just by the nature of you telling a story, I don't have the full details of the picture, so nothing that I could say would cover that. It would be incomplete anyway. So I'm just answering the question that you asked. What the fuck is going on with a person who's doing that? I think it's just a non-acceptance of other than themselves, and they will inject themselves through direct aggression and through passive aggression and through out of your sight and awareness research into situations into which they can play you, and then you fall right into the Heffalump trap. And it's fucking horrible. It's fucking horrible. It wreaks so much damage on the world at large and in individuals' lives. It's fucking travesty, evil, horrible. And you're right in the middle of it, and you're in other people's lives. This situation started before you arrived on the scene. So you're not even in a position, even if you wanted to be authoritative about it and say, you stop this now, you're not the authority. So even you trying to do anything about it is, you've just become subject, and they're pleased. If you ended up in jail, they would be pleased that you went to jail because of them. And then anything that you did in jail, even if you did totally independent things while you were in jail, to them, all of those things would still be things that you did in jail, which you were there because of them. So all of those things are now them things. I seriously think that that's what's going on. I've been working with this frame. Is this a frame? Is this I know that's an NLP word, and I don't really understand. I mean, I get basic idea of what NLP is, but I've never done any of it, so I don't. Anyway, I know this is an NLP word, so I'm not using it with those associations. So I think of it like I do this thing where they're like constellations to me, like a connect the dots constellation, like a raw outline with some points, And I look at situations, and then I like freeze frames or whatever, and then I hold up and look through this, to connect the dots, and then see if the people in the situation who are doing this crazy shit, if they're in the position that matches these dots, which are like principles. Like I hear people on from a bunch of different channels saying the amazing thing. I think Spartan Life Coach just talked about this a bunch of times. One of the amazing things is that the more you look at this, the more you realize, holy shit, like whether it's a boss or an ex couple partner or a parent or an abusive sibling or whatever the fuck, or just random world asshole out there in the world who you encounter. The actual behaviors that make this shit up is so cookie cutter. It's so connect the dots. You can hold up the basic outline and just go, oh fuck, you're doing that. You're so, you got no, where's your life? Where's your individuality? There isn't any. And maybe that's why they can't bear other people to have their own whatever going on, because they realize that they have such nothing going on themselves, that the world is clearly just going to move on without them because they're utterly uninteresting. But I don't even need that much of an explanation. Like, I don't need that to be true. I don't need it because of their hurt feelings. I don't need to know why. I just need to know to fucking hold up these cookie cutters, these constellation connect the dot pieces, and go, are they doing that? Then okay, that's one of those, that's on the bullshit list of things to do. And I think, and then I can dismiss it. It's like, it's not so I can know something about them. It's like, do I need to take this into consideration, or is this one of those things that I can like strike off my things to be concerned about today, things to consider, things, like lunch is something that's going to stay on the consider list, but your fucking weirdness, does that need to stay on my list, or am I just going to let that one go? And my attention won't be returning to that, and none of my actions will be taken in reference to that at all. It's like, no, that's off the list. Stricken. To engage is to become subject, and that's all it seems to be about. They're turning you into them by getting you to act off of them. And the amazing thing is that I don't think it's not even about you. You just happen to have a particular set of buttons that they throw this fucking bullshit out into the world, and people whose buttons get pushed by it and then respond in a particular set of ways, they then go, oh, okay, well, we can play that one like a fish on a line. They took the fly. Now we're going to let them go for a while. We're going to reel them in for a while. We're going to let them go for a while. We're going to reel them in for a while. But whatever happens to that fish, even when it's going because I let it run for a while because it's on my line. I think that's all it's about. Okay, I think I repeated that a couple of times in different words. Do I have anything to add to it? No. I'll do another one later if I think of anything else. Mr. WTF, heart to you. Thank you. They fucking hate that you're not them. They don't care who you are. It's just that you're not them. Fucking hate that. Okay. Hope some good shit happens in your day today.